So not the video I was planning on releasing today, but D&D Beyond is dropping a couple of new features to their combat tracker, which I'm going to show you today. Hey guys, Shane from Behold here, and I also just wanted to direct you to our YouTube channel here. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, and if you find these videos useful, please leave a like, leave a comment on any of our videos about things that you would like to see us cover in the future, especially focusing on online Dungeons and Dragons. We're also going to start introducing other content where I give my opinion on Dungeons and Dragons, my perspective on gameplay, the community, everything that you can imagine. We'll get into more of that, and we're also going to start streaming. My son Tristan, who I play Saturday Morning War Tunes with, will be streaming here on our YouTube channel, and you'll be able to see us play the different types of solo fantasy RPG video games that we enjoy as well. So we hope to be creating more content here on YouTube for the near future, and we'll see you guys there. But onto the video. So the combat tracker in D&D Beyond is getting updates pretty regularly, it seems, and I want to jump onto their website here. You can see I've got a test combat already set up, so I'm going to run this encounter. From this screen here, you can see that I am in the encounter builder, and when you hit run encounter, it moves you over to the combat tracker. The new feature that I want to show you here, I think, is starting to move D&D Beyond more into the virtual tabletop realm and not just a virtual content distributor. So here we'll jump in, and you can see combat has started, the abjurers on top. The new feature I wanted to show you that is just out this week. On the right hand side, when I click on that abjurer tab, you can see there are new buttons on that sheet, that NPC sheet that is in the combat tracker. So we'll say I want to cast a spell, so I'm going to roll the spell to hit button there, that +8, and it'll give us our roll. It'll tell us what our to hit total is, so completely eliminating the math. Previously, this feature was only available to those who had the Beyond 20 plugin. You can roll from NPC sheets like this as a dungeon master. Now with this change, I think that D&D Beyond might be getting past the options that are available in Beyond 20. So I think it's something that we have to keep an eye on, and I really believe that D&D Beyond is going to start introducing more features that create a more virtual tabletop-like environment native to D&D Beyond. How far they take that, I don't know, but this is a step forward for them, I think. So with a feature like this native to D&D Beyond's combat tracker, I can really see them moving forward towards a more virtual tabletop-like experience for their users. I really think they're moving away from just being a distributor of Wizards content and creating features that will allow players to use it as a more all-encompassing type of experience. The linking with the Avrae bot to Discord, I think, is also helpful, and we'll explore how Avrae and this new feature communicate with each other. It's very interesting. I think there's a few little changes they might need to make on that coming up. This is a feature that dungeon masters and players have been wanting for a while from D&D Beyond. The only way you could do this prior was with the extension Beyond 20. You could use the browser extension Beyond 20, which would allow dungeon masters to roll on NPC screens. That feature would also communicate with Discord and other virtual tabletops, Roll20 for example. But this, I think, is a step in a new direction for D&D Beyond getting more into the virtual tabletop realm themselves. So speaking of Discord, if you haven't seen it yet, I've covered all kinds of videos on D&D Beyond with their combat tracker, their encounter builder. I've even made a video that you can find right here that shows you how I built a Discord server connecting the Avrae bot and using it with D&D Beyond content that I have. And so with that, let's jump into a bit of gameplay here. You can see I have a gameplay server set up on my Discord here, and I've still got my combat tracker going with that abjurer. So you can see I've got it all right here. So I have linked this D&D campaign that I have. So this campaign here is one that I created just for the purposes of this video. I have the character Thalmor linked in, and just to show you that, I'm going to make a roll with Thalmor. All right, So the role shows up in this Discord server. I have the character and the campaign linked up into this gameplay page here. So let's jump back over to the combat tracker here and we'll take a look. I'm going to make a roll with this abjurer now. I'm going to make a 2-hit roll with the quarterstaff. You can see that +3 down towards the bottom. I'm going to make a roll. Well, pretty good roll. All right. Here's one thing. It seems as though the D&D Beyond combat tracker is communicating to the dungeon master as a whisper. What do I mean by that? So you notice when I made that roll, you don't see it pop up in the Discord server. It doesn't come up on my gameplay server in Discord. Instead, you might have noticed this little icon here, the Avrae icon, changed. It set up a notification for me, and when I click over to it, it shows me the result of that roll. So I think what they were trying to do here is send these rolls as whispers to the dungeon master so that the whole table doesn't see it, which is a good feature. I actually appreciate that because I do like to keep a lot of these rolls secret from the players. However, there doesn't seem to be a way to toggle this on or off yet. So that's one thing that I hope that they would work on coming up in the future. But that is what it is right now. But it does communicate with Discord, so that is a great feature that they have added in here. I think Beyond 20 really set the stage for D&D Beyond to draw ideas from, and I think that incorporating it with their Avrae bot as well, right out of release, is a great idea for them. So now Dungeon Masters can see these roles right there on their Discord server or other virtual tabletop that they've linked with the Avrae bot. So I wanted to show you one other feature that popped up on my D&D Beyond account here. So I'm going to jump over to my desktop screen here and we'll take a look at what this is. They keep showing me this what's new, what's changed. This one popped up and I don't think I really touched on it at all. But the combat tracker, still in alpha, and I mentioned this in my last video, but the combat tracker has a pop-up HP display on D&D Beyond's website. So you can see here, when you have your players, you're not going to have HP in the combat tracker. It's going to show as zeros. So if I click on that, I can actually override the max HP. Thalmor, I know max HP is 20 and it shows up as 20. So just a real quick thing. I thought I'd show that off there because it was popping up on my D&D Beyond page when I was prepping for this video. So just figured I'd throw that out there. So anyway, just wanted to point out this new feature from D&D Beyond. As for if this is going to push users away from Beyond 20, I know I still have some players who prefer Beyond 20. I myself prefer the Avrae bot. And so if you're using D&D Beyond content, these new features that they're rolling out, I think might start to push Beyond 20 users over to the Avrae bot. I'm hoping to see more from D&D Beyond as far as pushing their own original virtual tabletop content, like the combat tracker, like the encounter builder, the Avrae bot pushing over to Discord, all of these new great features that they're rolling out and still coming out with. Very excited to see where they go next. So thank you guys very much for checking out this video. I hope that you would leave a like. Leave a comment if there's anything else that you'd like to know about D&D Beyond, the Avrae bot, Discord, or just playing D&D and other tabletop games online. So be sure to subscribe to Behold Gamers here on YouTube. Let me know the types of things that you would want to see for our content here on the channel. Things that you have questions about that I could maybe find an answer for and make a tutorial or a guide about right here on our YouTube channel. So thank you guys very much, and as always, have fun, learn lots. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Two nat ones.
I had critical hit. I had a critical hit. Critical hit. I had a critical hit. Come on. What is this foolishness? All right. So you take 4 piercing damage.
It's your foolishness.